Hello, Professor, ASEAN International Sandbox Conference. Hi, I'm Penprapak and I am pleased to be here today to talk to you about the impact of managerial efficiency as moderating variable in corporate governance towards corporate performance evidence from Stock Exchange of Thailand. Presentation today I going to explain introduction, problem, literary review, theoretical, and hypothesis, methodology, empirical results, conclusion and recommendation. Nowadays, domestic and foreign investors pay attention to listed companies with corporate governance, or CG, together with business model, competitiveness, and growth ability. The reason is that a company with good corporate governance can provide a long-term benefit for stakeholders. Furthermore, good corporate governance also reflects transparency and sincerity with investors. In addition to the role of the board, an effective relationship between the board and the management is essential for good corporate governance and firm performance. Based on previous studies suggesting that firms with good corporate governance achieve superior firm performance, this current study aims to investigate the moderating effects of chief executive officer managerial efficiency and corporate governance on corporate performance in order to find whether corporate governance affects corporate performance and what role managerial efficiency moderates. The relationship between corporate governance and corporate performance by using Hayes Process Analysis 2013. The management acting on behalf of the owner is in charge of the resources, their position and actions can lead to agency problems in firms according to Jensen and McLean 1976. Agency theory, in fact, the position of the management is based on a contract in which shareholders hire and empower the management to make decisions on their behalf. However, according to Fong and Jensen 1983, the most effective means of controlling a company is corporate governance, which leads to an alignment of both parties' interests. In other words, if a company is able to handle the agency problem, its value increases. Corporate governance within the managerial efficiency can improve firm performance. It is believed that effective corporate governance leads to an increase in performance, as shown in figure. It was stated in the literature that there was a moderate effect of managerial efficiency on the relationship between corporate governance in the managerial efficiency and performance. However, this effect has not been tested. Thus, in this study, the managerial efficiency is used to find how corporate governance performance influences corporate performance. Thus, the first hypothesis is as follows: H1. Corporate governance is positively associated with the performance of firm. H2. The positive effect of corporate governance on corporate performance is greater in the presence of higher managerial efficiency. Methodology. Sample. The population in this study consists of listed firms on the Stock Exchange of Thailand. The sample was selected based on non-probability sampling method and purposive sampling method. As a result, the most recent data available for this study is from 2016 to 2021. Proposed model and hypothesis testing. This study provides a model analyzed by the multiple regression and Hayes process. Empirical results. Descriptive statistics and normality test of the variables. This section presents the means, median, standard deviation maximum, and minimum of the variables. Furthermore, skewness is used to assess the lack of symmetry, while kurtosis is used to assess whether the data are normally distributed. As shown in Table 1, the skewness and kurtosis tests were used to test the data's normality since the sample was large. It was assumed that the data were not normally distributed. Thus, the natural logarithms size of these variables were used to solve this issue. Says, recommended using mean centering before regression analysis since the antecedent variable and their interaction terms are highly correlated. In fact, multicollinearity occurs when numerous variables in multiple linear regression analysis are significantly correlated with dependent variables. The existence of multicollinearity increases the standard error, which makes the coefficients unreliable and imprecise according to the results of the correlation in Table below and shows no multicollinearity, and the VIF reveal low values since the correlation coefficients between explanatory variables are not high. Multicollinearity problems. Table 3 presents the analysis results as shown in Model 1. Managerial efficiency had a significant positive influence on the relationship between corporate governance and Tobin Q. Thus, Hypothesis 2A was accepted. In addition, as shown in Model 2, managerial efficiency had a significant positive influence on the relationship between corporate governance and ROA. Thus, Hypothesis 2B was accepted. It indicates that companies with high managerial efficiency have an influence on corporate governance and lead to better performance. The managerial efficiency as a control variable had a positive influence on the relationship between corporate governance and performance. It indicates that high managerial efficiency will be able to reflect stakeholders' confidence in corporate governance mechanisms and increase marketing performance. This study reveals new evidence that managerial efficiency acts an important factor in corporate governance mechanisms since companies try to show a good image to all stakeholders by building confidence of investors regarding strategies, policies, and operational performance of the company. Effective management ensures stakeholders that good corporate governance can enhance sustainability, while managerial efficiency has an influence on firm performance as well as corporate governance mechanisms. Corporate governance and effective management that lead to good firm performance can be considered as valuable information to make an investment decision. This study found no correlation between corporate governance and market performance. Thus, the impact of other factors needs to be considered in order to support good corporate governance practices. In addition, the influence of managerial efficiency on the relationship of good corporate governance and firm performance was found. The results of this study can be used by investors, the management. However, a comparative study based on each industry is conducted. It will be beneficial in making an investment decision, imposing management policies, or evaluating the performance of the management. More effectively, future research can expand the scope of this study by examining the environmental and social performance to reflect more comprehensive sustainability. That brings me to the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening for your attention.